There's lots of reasons why you should buy, harvest, and eat the whole fish. But there's one reason I've literally never seen talked about on this platform. 2 words. Fish bacon.
It's so good.
Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jonathan. I'm a wildlife ecology professor showing you how to build the wild kitchen. All right, so bacon is universally loved, and for good reason. It's salty, crispy, chewy, fatty, simply delicious. But there's one group of animals that you can make bacon from that I don't see talked about at all, and that's fish. Lake trout just so happen to be the perfect fish species for making fish bacon, because they're fatty, meaty, and utterly delicious. So in today's episode, I want to show you how to make fish bacon and give you another reason why you should be saving this part of the animal. Let's go. So if you've watched this episode, you know where these fish bellies have come from. The fillets are all gone, but I specifically put the bellies aside because I knew that I wanted to do something with them later. Whenever I cook with a new part of an animal relative, I keep the seasoning simple. Salt, pepper, that's it. Sushi rice is perfect. In my book, charcoal grilling is the only kind of grilling that matters. Charcoal chimneys are a must for anyone who cooks this way. This is Made In's carbon steel grill pan. It is fantastic and an absolute game changer for outdoor cooking. Hey folks, I just wanted to take a break and let you know that one of the best ways to get the most out of the content on this channel is to subscribe to my newsletter. Every Sunday, I give you more depth and insight into the topics I cover on Out There JCH, including thoughts and perspectives that I don't really share on this platform. The newsletter is free to sign up, and as an incentive to becoming a subscriber, I'm offering a free wild food resource guide that will help make you a more capable harvester and home cook. Just click the link in the description to sign up. Okay, let's get back to the episode. Yes, I will. When cooking at high temperatures, it's really important to let your pan heat up and to let the oil that you put in the pan heat up so that whatever you're placing in the pan doesn't stick. One of the wonderful things about cooking fish is that it really doesn't take a long time for things to get going. Now, normally with bacon, you would salt cure it for a period of time and maybe even smoke it. But fish are a little bit different. In order to get the crispy and chewy texture of bacon and that smoky flavor without overcooking the flesh, I found that the best way to make this bacon is to cook it over charcoal. The end result is, well,
Fish bacon. It's so good.
I ended up going in and out of the pan with these final largest belly slabs in order to cook the skin more evenly. Took me forever to clean this pan, but totally worth it. That's a wrap. Okay, so cook the fish, and it looks fantastic. And hopefully the mic will pick this up. Crispy skin. And I'm glad that there's a little bit of char on here, because what I was concerned about from the start was the fact that this fish being so fatty was not going to be cut enough by the rice And so having this little bit of charcoal bitterness, I think, is really going to round out this flavor. I made my sushi rice according to Taku from Outdoor Chef Life's recipe. 90% of the weight of the rice you're going to add with water, washing the rice quite a bit beforehand to get all of the starch out, and then 10 minutes on high heat, 10 minutes on very low heat, and then 10 minutes to sit makes a really delicious looking rice. I've already sampled it. It's fantastic. This was 300 grams of sushi rice. So I'm gonna break that up a little bit. Then the furikake rice seasoning, I'm gonna put that in there to just give it some more flavor. Mixing that up a little bit more. Actually, might as well do the whole thing. I've got like 4 bottles of this in the pantry. I could form it into a triangle like Taku was doing in one of his videos and then add the fish, but I think what I want to do is add the fish in so that what I form ends up being the final product. So let me grab this one. Okay, and it really just breaking it up, but you can see like the fat in here. So I don't know if anybody's actually called trout bellies fish bacon, but like look at that fat. And it's tasty. I was worried that maybe this would be having the fish in the freezer for a long period of time might have made the fat like not taste good, but it's, you know, that vacuum sealer is really excellent and just keeps the fish super fresh, super delicious, all that delicious fat, which I think is going to play well with the rice. So you've got that starchiness and that fattiness of the trout bellies. I mean, just like, it's just, it's just oozing out. I mean, it's just incredible. Trout being a cold water fish, we know that, you know, their bodies are going to be high in omega-3. So like, you know, you can take a fish oil supplement and that's good, but also you can have some delicious fish bellies. Such fatty fats, just awesome. Breaking up that skin, that'll give a nice sort of like textural crunch in there. Let's mix this in and see what we get. One of the things that I want to be mindful of is appropriation. Head on over to outtherejch.com/OTJ members to hear more of my thoughts on the subject of cultural appropriation in cooking. Get your hands wet with water so the rice doesn't stick to your hands. Grab a big bowl here. I haven't quite mastered the forming a triangle. There we go. It's kind of triangular. And then seaweed here. Hold together. Okay, right here is exactly what this dish is supposed to look like. I had it for about 3 seconds before it all fell apart. It's kind of falling apart, but you get the idea. Much prettier when a sushi chef does this. Theoretically, this should all hold together, and let's see what it tastes like. So good. Like the mix of the fattiness and the charcoal and the sweetness from the furikake and the rice. Just the right amount of seasoning. Maybe add a little bit more soy sauce, but you don't really need to. It's falling apart on me. That's just delicious. It's supposed to be a convenient snack. Given how I'm not that good at making these, it's not as convenient as I'd like. Maybe if the rice was a little bit stickier, that would help me out a bit, but yeah, this is good. This is really good. And really just a great way to use a part of the fish that's maybe not everyone's favorite to eat as a fillet, but certainly like in a mixture like this, where you can cut the fat with some starch, add a little bitterness from the charcoal. It's a really good way to make fish bacon. There you have it. So good. Okay, so my trout belly onigiri didn't quite turn out. Kind of a construction fail, but absolutely a flavor win. I'm going to get back into the kitchen, figure out what went wrong with the rice, and definitely revisit this recipe. Have you ever noticed that food tastes better when you eat the whole animal? When you're making the best use out of the life that you've taken to nourish your own? Eating the head, the collars, and the bellies are another reason why you should buy fish whole, so that you can access these oftentimes discarded parts of the animal. Buying whole is also cheaper. Up here in the Great Lakes region, people are salmon crazy, and for good reason. Salmon are a delicious fish. But you know what? give me lake trout over salmon any day. Okay, I hope today's food experiment convinced you to look a little bit more closely to a part of the fish that a lot of people discard. Fish bacon is phenomenal, but also remember to cook it outside because there's a lot of fat that goes flying. If you're looking for guidance on buying and processing whole fish, check out this video where I order a bunch of lake trout from Whole Foods and show you how to break them down. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Such fatty fats. Just awesome.